All right, hello and welcome to Phoenix, Arizona. We're here just outside of Ahwatukee. I did forget to mute everyone. So Sharon, when you get a chance, if you could put yourself on mute, that would be perfect. And we're gonna go ahead and get started. We just added air to our bands, whether you're using upper body only or upper body and lower body. And we're gonna go ahead and get started here. We're gonna do a little bit of a warm up, some midline work, and then we'll be coming up to our feet for the second half. So when you're ready, you're going to stand with your feet about hip width apart, and we're going to be starting with some Sumo Inchworms. If a push-up is easy for you, include a push-up at the bottom. If a push-up is hard for you, stick without the push-up. So wide base stance, draw the belly in, reaching down for your mat. You're going to walk yourself out to the top of a push-up. Okay, you can either stay tight here and walk back up or include that push-up. Pushing through the hands, coming all the way up to standing, reaching up to overhead, and that's our flow. Reaching down, soft bend those knees, walking out to the plank with or without the push-up, and walking back up. Go ahead and keep that moving here. I need to just move my clock a little bit closer. Halfway through, so 1 or 2 more times. Soft bend those knees as you curl it out, and always a nice wide handprint as you're supporting on your arms. Squeeze the glutes as you come all the way up. Making your way back down. When we finish this next rep, we're going to make our way onto our backs. All right, so when you're ready, if you are up to standing, making your way back down, and we're going to come down onto our backs next. We're going to work our frog bridge. So you're going to bring the bottoms of your feet together. Draw those shoulders underneath you. Soles of the feet are touching. And then it's just a nice soft bridge, bridging your hips up and lowering your hips down, up and down. Pushing those bottoms of the feet together, keeping the chin nice and neutral. Just a little subtle pulse here. Breathe as you move. Good. To feel that pelvic floor activate a bit more with these feet pushing together, changes up the muscles that fire. And your bridge will be a little bit lower than a normal glute bridge. Let's get about 2 to 3 more reps. We're going to roll over onto our hands for down dog, knee to elbow next. 2, 1, and transition. Good job. So we're going to roll it over. Hands and knees to start. Wide handprint as you place one hand underneath each shoulder. You're going to elevate those hips up, pushing back into down dog. And then as you come forward, draw your knee towards the same side elbow. Exhale as you push back. Inhale as you draw forward. Lifting up to that midline, doing the best you can here, pushing back and drawing forward. Nice, Diane. Alternate those legs. As you push back, you can think about lowering your heels down to the floor. Get a little stretch for those calves. Diane. Breathing in, rocking forward, exhaling, rocking back. Let's go 10 more seconds. And then we're coming back onto our, we're going to return to our back. Let's say it that way. And when you finish that rep, coming back down to hands and knees and go ahead and roll it over onto your back once again. This time we're going to be working our hollow position. You want to think about that rowboat position. On this set, let's focus on the upper body. So you're going to lift that upper body, draw that chin in, and then lower the head and neck back down. Lift, just a little mini sit up here, and lowering back down. Breathing out as you pull up. Good. Those of you that are more advanced, you can raise your feet off the ground and hold those knees up as you raise that upper body. This is a little bit more challenging for you. Keep your feet on the ground. Let's go about 3 to 5 more reps. Draw that belly in. You want to keep that low back pushing into the floor. And 2, 1, and rest. Great job. Go ahead and roll it on over. We're going to go back to that Sumo Inchworm with the option of the push-up. Alrighty. So this will be our second time through. Yep, so when you're ready, hips up, crawling your way back up to standing, standing all the way up. And now we inchworm our way back down, crawling it out, wide handprint, either stop here and make your way back to standing or include that push-up. Good. You're doing great, Diane. Diane just did the basics class with us and she's hanging out for this second class. So let's give her some props here. She's getting hit with a lot more movements than she normally does. Just be smart, do the best you can. You are choosing to do those push-ups. Watch the position of those shoulders, drawing those elbows down and in. Oftentimes you see people wing those elbows wide, so think about keeping them back in towards the side and watch that arch of the spine. All right, when you come back down again, take it back onto your back. I need to stop saying back to back. But take it onto your, laying on your spine. Now I'm making it harder than I need to be. Round 2 of our frog bridges. So as you come onto your back, you'll bring the bottoms of those feet together once again. And whenever you're ready, start to pulse those hips up and down. Good. Breathe. Nice, Sharon. Soles of the feet are pushing together, activating that lower pelvic floor. All that means is you want to think about those muscles that you would use if you had to go to the restroom really bad and you can't get to the bathroom just yet. You want to keep those smaller muscles of our body engaged as well as we get older, especially. 10 more seconds. Yes. Breathe. And 2, 1, and rotate. Great work. We're coming back to all fours. Round 2 of our down dog knee to elbow. If that is a challenging movement for you, I want you to stick with the elbow coming to the knee, coming to the same side elbow. Those of you that have been with us a little bit longer, you can go round 2 to the opposite elbow. So you're going to push back. And now as you come forward, the knee is going to draw across the body. Driving back, lifting up, drive across. Consistent breath. Uh-oh. Check in with your hands. If your fingers are close together, if you can spread them farther apart, do it. Spread those hands wide. The bigger your handprint, the more you can engage those small muscles of the hand, which is going to activate the arches of your hand and take the load off your wrist. So use those little muscles. Let's go one more time here. And coming on down. One more time to the back for that hollow practice. So if you are segmenting this out, if you did the upper body by itself last time, keep your upper body on the ground and now work the lower body, picking the hips up, lowering the hips down. Our whole focus is on that lower spine to not let it arch. Again, if you're someone that wants the more advanced version, then you can lift up the upper body and hold that upper body in place throughout. Chin to the chest, arms reaching long to overhead. Focusing on that lower abdomen to activate the midline, pulling that low back flat to the floor. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Stay here for just a moment. Hug those legs into the chest and just gently rock your body side to side. That concludes that first little warm-up circuit, and we're going to make our way up to our feet next. Oh. Once you've given a little relief for that low back, we're going to return to this stretch later in the session. But for now, let's go ahead and roll on over and make your way up to standing. For this next piece, if you have a light to moderate dumbbell, we're going to have a dumbbell to utilize. You only need one. As you're coming up, feel free to grab a water, grab a drink. We'll get ready for this next piece. All right, the breeze has stopped. We're going to try to elevate this up a little higher again. All right, our first exercise is going to be a squat. Our second exercise is going to be an elevated push-up. So I don't want anybody down on the ground, either using a bench, a wall, side of the couch. It should be an easier push-up so you can get in more reps. And then I'll talk to you from there. But first exercise is going to be that squat or squat pulse. I'm going to recommend without the weight. So set those feet about hip width apart. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Pulling down, standing tall. So we're intentionally shortening our range of motion to get a little bit better burn. Pulling down, standing tall. Pushing through the floor to stand up. Breathe in to lower, exhale as you stand. Good, keep it rolling. 2, 1, and transition. I'm gonna use the bench right here. Diane, let's have you use the tree. Push-ups are next. Place those hands right underneath the shoulders. Walk the feet back. And 2, 1, when you're ready. Lowering down, pushing away. Watch those elbows from winging wide. Nice, Kathy. There you go, midline tight. If you get to where you feel like you can't do any more push-ups, hold that top plank position and just stay tight. While you're working that upper body, squeeze that lower body. Hold your midline tight, not letting your hips drop down. Last one, and rotate. Good job. Coming back to standing. We're doing our front raises next. So you can lift up a little dumbbell here, or just lift your arms up and down. Job. Soft bend in those knees, chin drawn in, and here we go. Raise it up, lower it down. Job. Keeping the shoulders out of the ears, keeping the chin drawn in, and that belly drawn in. You'll feel yourself wanting to arch that spine. Good job, couple more.
Toes down.
Yeah, push those toes down. Last one, and rest. Take the weight into your non-dominant arm. We're gonna go shoulder to overhead next. And this time I want you to count your reps. Looking for 10. Little dip and a drive. Quarter squat, push high to overhead. Good job. You're gonna go 10 on one arm and then immediately switch to the other side. Good job. After 10 on that side, take it to that other arm and same thing. 10 on your more dominant side. You want to mimic that squatting position, that little quarter squat where I'm pushing my knees out, sitting back into my heels. And as always, I lost my count. About 3 or 4 more. Thank you. 9. We'll call that 10. Woo! Alrighty. And then last exercise of the series, take that dumbbell in both hands, up to overhead, tricep extensions. Almost last one. We got jump jacks next, or our arm circles with those index fingers. I missed the second round of that on our last class. Shooting for about 10 reps here. As soon as you finish, go to your step or jump jacks. And we want to really emphasize getting this circular motion of the hands. So I'm just bringing my index fingers, clicking them in front of the body and clicking them up to overhead. If you want to add the jump, you can. If you're counting reps, go about 20 times here. Beautiful. When you finish, rest if you need. Otherwise, stay with me right back into round 2 for our squats. Pull down, stand tall. Good. High breathing rate. Good job. We're going to go from squats to push-ups. Let's push out about 3 to 5 more. Good. When you're ready, make your way to your push-up station. Placing those hands just underneath the shoulders, midline strong. And here we go. Chest lowering down, elbows to the sides. You feel like you're gonna get to where you can't push up for that next rep, stay at the top and hold that plank. Keep breathing. Keep engaging that lower body. 10 seconds left. Going to our front raises next. Ready and rotate. So without any weights, you just raise them up and push them back. If you have a weight you can use, go ahead and lift that light weight. Here we go, up and down. Ten to 15 times if you're counting. Otherwise, move with me. Woo! Yep. And getting ready for that overhead press, non-dominant arm first with the little dip and drive, shooting for 10. Woo! Nice and efficient, eyes up, chest up. There you go. Nine. And after 10, same thing, opposite arm. Right to it. Focus to not let your chest dip forward as you sit back. Great job, Amy. There you go, Kathy. Moving well, Diane. Woo! Tricep extensions are next. Hello, arms. Hang on to that dumbbell. Use both arms, bringing it up to overhead. Midline nice and tight. And locking it out. So I'm coming down so you can see me. Keep on your feet. I just wanted you to see what I'm doing here. From the side, shoulders stacked over the hips. No sway back. Squeeze the tush. As soon as you finish, step jacks or jump jacks. Here we go. Remember, index fingers together in front and overhead. You want to get that circular pattern. Higher heart rate option, more explosive option, add the jump. Otherwise, Diane's demoing for us perfectly. She's just circling those arms. If you're just getting back into movement, rest after this round. If you've been working with us for a while, join me for a third set. And here we go. Set 3, squats. Pull down, drive tall. 10 to 15. Woo, good, nice strong exhale. Making your way to the push-up station. And here we go, coming over to push-ups. One hand under each shoulder. Also hold the plank if you're like, I've had enough pushing. And when you're ready, either push-ups or holding the top of the push-up for the plank. Woo! Last round, everyone, stay tight. Halfway through. 10 seconds if you want to finish with that plank. That's what I'm choosing. We're going to go into our front raises next. 2, 1, transition. Dumbbell or no dumbbell. Without the dumbbell, push the air behind you. Raise the arms up. Push it back, raise it up. You don't want to just like swing them like spaghetti arms, but you want to be engaged. Activate. Up and down. 10 to 15 times. We're going to go one more time on that overhead press next. 7, 8. All right, when you're ready, back to the dumbbell. Shooting for 10 times on each arm. Toes point forward, midline drawn in. And 10 times here. Good job. Knees push out as you dip down.
Squeeze the glutes.
Squeeze that booty. And after 10, switching arms. Home stretch, everyone. Good. Smile, reinforce that positive emotion with exercise. So then your body and mind want to come back and do it again later. After you finish your overhead press, final set of our tricep extensions. Woo. You can grab that dumbbell in 2 hands. And here we go, locking it out to overhead. Ooh, it's gonna be a fight for me to get to 10 this set. Keep squeezing that tush. And final exercise, either those index finger with the arm circles, or join us for the final 30 seconds of some jump jacks. Great work. Keep it moving here. Cool down stretch is coming. 15 seconds. Three, two, one, and all done. Woohoo! All right. Jello arms, go ahead and release that air. Push that little nozzle. You can go ahead and take them off if you'd like. I'm ready to get them off my arms. All right, I'm going to cool down stretch.
My nose starts running.
Yeah. You have the legs, make sure you release the air in the lower body set too. And then when you finish, we're just going to start with a little bit of a side step arm swing. Kind of shake that blood through the arms. Nice job. All righty, from the side step arm swing, we're going to move into a behind the back stretch next. So you're going to walk the feet nice and wide, draw the abdomen in, bend into your knees, rooting down through your legs, draw those elbows back, and now long spine as you send those hips back, draw the chin in, and focus to push your knees wide here as you stay rooted through your legs. Breathing. And release. Coming on up from there. All right, see where I'm at. All right, we're gonna do our stagger stance, tricep side bend. So those of you on screen, set your left foot forward, right foot back, or the opposite here. Midline drawn in. Your right leg is your trail leg. You're gonna raise that arm up, trying to bend that elbow to scratch the back. And we're gonna do a two-parter here. So you're gonna shift the hips, get a good opening for the front of the hip, pull that elbow back, and now side bend, leaning away from the side you're stretching. Keep squeezing that tush, that trail leg. You'll breathe in as you come out of it, and then exhale as you bend into it. 3 to 5 times on your own. And just watch that trail leg, the toes kind of pointing out a little bit. Try to point it forward. That's better. All right, when you're ready, shake out those arms. Back that side step arm swing, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, beautiful day here. Grateful for this nice, beautiful Arizona winter. Opposite leg steps back. So those of you on screen, it should be your left. Ribs down and in. Raise that left arm up. Keep that neck long and chin in. Alrighty, remember the hip shift first. So I shift the hips forward, squeeze the tush of that trail leg, and then with the eyes up and looking forward, you'll bend towards your front leg. So those on screen should be bending to the left. Breathe in as you come out of it. Breathe out as you bend into it. If you want to add a mild rotation to look up past that elbow. One more time. Wonderful. As you unwind from there, walk that back foot in, and we're gonna do a little toe touch next. And we're gonna start to make our way back down to the floor. You wanna come back to your mat here. Soft bend those knees, hands to the thighs, chin to the chest. And we call it a Jefferson curl, just very slowly curling down for the feet. Let that head be heavy. Breathing into the back of your body. And then when you're ready, you're going to start to walk yourself out, coming down to hands and knees. We're going to go into a child's position side stretch next. Let me adjust this a little bit. Alrighty, so for the child's position side stretch, you're gonna bring your big toes together, divide the knees, and you're gonna walk your hands. So those of you on screen, walk your hands over to your right side. Take your left hand, reach it long, and then try to square your hips and shoulders as you lower down. Breathe into the area that you feel that stretch. So it's usually the outer aspect of your rib cage, the area of your lats. When you're ready, same thing other side. So now you'll walk your hands over to your left. Those of you on screen, you'll take your right hand, reach it nice and long, square those hips best you can to send them straight back towards the heels as you lower that head down. Fantastic. When you finish your breathing there, coming back to all fours, you can either stay up on the hands here or down to the forearms. We're going to do our mid-back rotations. One hand behind the head, elbow comes towards that opposite elbow, and then you're going to rotate through, peering up to the sky. Breathing in as you lower that elbow to the other side, breathing out as you try to peer past that elbow. Good. Let's go roughly 8 times on each side. Pausing in that open position. So pausing with that elbow pointing up towards the sky, trying to look up past that elbow. And then check in with the hips. Sometimes we tend to shoot those hips out. So see if you can kind of try to keep them square as you rotate. Use that exhale to give some space through the rib cage. When you're ready, let's switch sides. Same thing, other side. Hand behind the head. Breathe in. Rotate and breathe out. So keep using those eyes as well. Very nice. Couple more. All right, let's get about 3 more stretches in. Next, we're going to do some slow motion mountain climbers and open up the hips. So spread the hands out. Lift those knees off the ground, and let's start with your right leg. Step it as far forward as you can and kind of inch it up so you can bring it as close to your right hand as you can. And now you're going to circle through those hips. 3 to 5 times in each direction. Yep. Very good, Diane.
I don't think I've ever done this.
This is a tough one. When you're ready, circle those hips the other way. Very nice. Very good. In between legs, let's go ahead and come down onto the knees as able, and then you'll turn your toes under. Let's take it into down dog in between sides, using it as a stretch this time to open that mid back and to loosen those calves back out after those jumping jacks. Even if you didn't do the jumping jacks, still stretch those calves, pedal out those heels. Good, then when you're ready, you need to come back down to the knees by all means. And now it's gonna be left foot towards the left hand for those slow motion mountain climber position. So I'm gonna walk that foot up. Ideally, I want that foot to be flat on the ground and that shin vertical. I know it's hard to see this side. And then we'll just make those little hip circles. Good. Circling through. Switch directions, circle the other way. And when you're done, go ahead and make your way onto your back.
How about just this?
That works too, Diane. Fantastic. Great modification. All right, we're just going to open up that low back and the mid back a little bit as we finish. So coming on down. As you lie on your back, you want to draw your shoulders underneath you so you can have a nice broad chest. And we'll start with that double kneaded chest. So hugging both legs in, rocking your body side to side. If you feel stiff as you do that double kneaded chest, then hang out there a little bit longer. Allow the back to loosen. If it feels fairly loose, then go deeper into the twist with our 2 knee twist. Holding the knees together, bringing the legs across as you turn the head and look the other way. Nice and smooth. Try to keep those hands kind of up at 90 degrees. Imagine you're like in the scarecrow position on the ground. And then just use the strength of your midline to determine how far into that twist you're going to descend. Should not be painful. Alrighty, and then as you finish there, if you choose, kind of open up those inner thighs a little bit with a little happy baby, grabbing the outer shins. If you can reach the bottoms of your feet, that's fantastic. Elbows on the insides of the knees, and just gently rock yourself side to side. And feel free to give out a little sigh or a big sigh. Just relax your system. When you're all done there, raise those arms up to overhead, extend your legs straight out, and just invite your body to lie flat here for a moment. Feel your body breathe. You get to be outside today. Feel the air, feel the wind on your face. Listen for those sweet little birds. I invite you to continue to stay there. And I'll just give you a little bit of chimes to finish. This concludes our session for today, everyone. If you want to add anything else in, see what your body's asking for, see what else you may need. Otherwise, drink plenty of water throughout the day, keep your body hydrated, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for moving with us.